Hello and welcome to the Oshawa Curling Club. The semifinals of the Canadian Junior Cup, as you can see, are just getting started behind me. We're down to the final four in every division. Run back U18 championships, boys and girls, and the U21 Canadian Junior Cup. Let's take a look at our brackets for the moment, beginning with the U18 men. As you see, it was Newport and Team Bedard who pull themselves forward, and they are matched up with number 9 seed Shiozaki facing off against the number 3 seed Genjaga on the other side. Looking now at the U18 women, it is the number 1 seed Team Perot, undefeated up until this point, who earns her matchup with the number 5 seed Team Gary. On the other side, number 7 Team Johnston will face the 3rd seed Team Gallardo. Now taking a look at the U21 bracket, starting with the men. It was a fantastic game by Evan McDougall that earned his spot into the semifinals that we watched this afternoon. He faces off against the number 10 seed Team Fisher. On the other side, it is our Swiss men, Team Morge, who faces off against the number 3 seed Team Radia. And finally, our U21 women. It is the number 1 seed, yet to lose a game here in Oshawa, Team Stepera, facing off against the number 6 seed Team Furlan. And finally, our feature matchup for this afternoon, as Team Regan out of the Mayflower Curling Club in Nova Scotia will face off against the 7 seed Team Dundas out of the Heather Curling Club in Winnipeg. Plenty to play for here for all of these teams. A trip to Switzerland is on the line for the top-ranking Canadian team, and everyone's getting excited. The tensions are high. Looking at our feature matchup, Team Regan coming in undefeated up until this point with wins over Penston, the Swiss women, and Chabot in the round robin. That earned them a rematch against the Swiss. Not without some adversity, though, in the quarterfinals. They gave up a steal of 2 early, but rallied back for a 7-3 victory. On the other side, Team Dundas, it's been a little bit of a shakier event for them with a 1-2 record in the round robin. They won their play-in game, however, against Caitlin Langford 5-3, and finished it off with a very impressive 7-4 victory over a strong Nova Scotian squad, Team Blades, in the quarterfinal. It's been quite the season, but the difference maker has been this event. Both these teams with a similar record on the season, 11-8 for Team Regan and 11-10 record for Team Dundas. However, Team Regan with a plus 21 score differential here, as opposed to a still impressive plus 7 for Team Dundas. But this isn't a revenge game. Looking back at the U20 Canadian Junior Championships last year, these two teams met up for the quarterfinals. There it was Team Regan earning the 8-5 victory. So I'm sure they're looking to continue their streak against Team Dundas, and Dundas is looking for a little bit of revenge. When we come back after this quick commercial break, we're going to pick up action for our semifinals. We hope you enjoy.
I've stood at the pinnacle of curling and battled in the most intense games.
Out on the ice, there's no room for compromise.
And when the pressure's on, every millimeter counts.
It's not just a game.
It's about maximizing performance,
Pushing limits.
Seizing victory.
When victory hangs in the balance,
I know what I'm relying on.
It's a gold line.
It's a gold line.
It's a gold line.
And it's the choice of champions.
Peace of mind, the life you want, and financial independence. At World Financial Group, we believe your path to any of these goals is paved by financial knowledge. That's why our agents spend every day empowering individuals and families of all backgrounds with the knowledge to create the life they want. No matter your financial goals, WFG can help you own your future. Visit worldfinancialgroup.com to learn more.
Hey, curling fans, I'm standing here in front of Sheet Stew here at the High Park Club, and I just want to let you know that I'm so excited to sponsor the sport of curling, to help curling out. So you can go to stewcurls.com, see all my events, see the Stew Cell series, But you know what? I also sell real estate as well. So you need to buy a house, list a house, condo, rental, business. Look, give me Stu a call.
And once again, we welcome you back to the action here inside the Oshawa Curling Club. Again, my name is Matthew Hall. Beside me in the commentator booth, I've got Tori Zemelink on my left, Rob Faulds on the right. It's going to be an exciting matchup as we pick up action here in the first. Vice's stones are currently on the way. This is Olivia McDonough delivering the third stones for Team Regan out of the Mayflower Curling Club in Halifax, coached by Heather Smith. And she makes that red stone disappear. So a bit of an open end here in this semifinal, not entirely unexpected. I spoke to both of these teams prior to the game. Both teams very excited to get going, and with how much could be on the line in this game, not surprised to see them want to settle in maybe a little bit longer.
Yeah, it's crazy. You can hold them. Yeah. Yeah.
This is our first look at Cassidy Dundas. For this club out of the Heather Curling Club, coached by Craig Tarrick.
Okay, you got it. You can hold it.
And Rebecca quickly in the hack, wanting to waste no time. We did have a couple rocks in play here in this first. For a while, it was Team Dundas sitting two, but an excellent double made by the Nova Scotian third, Olivia McDonough, on her first, cleared the rings and has us now heading towards a blank.
Very solid effort by McDonough to get the double and open it up to make it now basically nice, clean, easy end.
Team Regan did earn the hammer here in the first end as a result of their higher seeding. As mentioned prior to the game, undefeated in the round robin.
Going to clip it enough to carry it out, and a wide open rings for Regan, and she's ready to go.
So again, wasting no time, choosing a new spot on the sheet here to learn. Here's Rebecca Regan deciding to throw the out turn off the line, and they'll carry this one through the ring. So it'll be a blank up on the board to start our feature semifinal here. We're going to take a very quick commercial break while the teams meet. When we get back, we'll hopefully see a few more rocks in play here in the second.
Peace of mind, the life you want, and financial independence. At World Financial Group, we believe your path to any of these goals is paved by financial knowledge. That's why our agents spend every day empowering individuals and families of all backgrounds with the knowledge to create the life they want. No matter your financial goals, WFG can help you own your future. Visit worldfinancialgroup.com to learn more.
Welcome back to our feature matchup here as we begin the second end. Well, the game had gotten started during our pre-game show, so we want to take the opportunity to meet the players who are competing in this semifinal. Let's take a look, starting with Team Regan, coached by Heather Smith out of the Mayflower Curling Club. The lead, Ella Kinley. Second, Kaylee Smith. Third is Olivia McDonough, and the skip is Rebecca Regan. Matching up against them with the Redstones, Team Dundas out of the Heather Curling Club, coached by Craig Tarrick. The lead, Tessa Tarrick. Second, Erin Zerfus. The third, Lauren Evison, and the skip is Cassidy Dundas. And remind everyone once again what is on the line here. The top-ranking Canadian team from this event earns the right to represent Canada with a trip to Switzerland to compete in the Swiss Cup, the sister event of our Canadian Junior Cup here. And just so everyone's aware of exactly what's going on, over on sheet 7, it is the other U21 women's semifinal. The number 1 seed, Team Stapera, is from the United States, so is ineligible to claim that trip to Switzerland. So if Team Stapera is able to defeat Team Furlan in their semifinal, then the winner of this game will automatically be earning that trip to Switzerland. If Team Furlan happens to get the victory, however, then the winner of this game would have to play Furlan in the final for that spot. So a crucial game here, as they all are, but the chance for either of these teams to possibly solidify their spot early. So looking at this game, because this game is so crucial, Tori, what do you think is the one thing that both of these teams are going to have to do, especially early in this game, if they want to come out with a victory?
Well, I mean, both these teams are very experienced in their own rights in the junior tour, in their respective provinces and at the national level. So I think they both know what it comes down to, and it's which team is going to figure out the ice first. Both teams have played on this sheet, so they're familiar with, for the most part, how the paths on the ice are going to run. I don't know if these are the same rock colors that they threw in their previous games.
Lines of hair tight.
But they'll have an idea on what's going on the sheet.
Line's good.
And I'd like to point out that we have a very similar situation on the men's side. One semifinal features the number 5 seed McDougall and the number 10 seed Fisher, both from Ontario. As this rock settles into the top 4. The other men's semifinal, however, features the number 3 seed Team Radia from Ontario against Team Morges, the Swiss men. So again, of course, the Swiss men ineligible to claim the trip back to their homeland. So similar situation. If the Swiss men happen to win their semifinal, then it would be the winner of McDougall and Fisher who claims that spot automatically.
Nice peel there made by Kaylee Smith.
Okay, line's good. Gotta curl a little bit.
Guard back where it was.
Yep. Yep.
Aaron Zerfus with an excellent guard there. So Team Regan currently sitting shot stone back of the button, and looks like they're fairly content to continue to just peel these guards. Of course, that angle with the red-yellow is not favorable to Team Dundas. Any play they make back with that red stone in the top of the forefoot would just jam that yellow stone in the back four. And I think that's why Team Regan's happy to just wait and force them to make some kind of move later. So we'd likely see something more akin to maybe just a tap to sit shot. But for now, Lauren Evison, a second-year kinesiology student at the University of Manitoba,
Line's good.
delivers her first stone of the second.
Room. You gotta go. Where is it? Yep.
And here's that mistake that Team Regan was waiting for with this guard slipping into the rings.
We'll leave the opportunity to double off those top two reds if she'd like. Looks like that's the plan here. Would like to keep her shooter around even if she doesn't make the double. This one wide out of the hand though, and this spot has been tricky. And that won't be enough to remove the red stone. Pushes it far enough that it is fifth shot. So Tori, if you're Team Dundas, you can't guard forever, can you?
I don't think so, no. And getting down to, I believe this is Vice's last. It's getting maybe a little late to make a play. If they're not doing it now, trying to waste one more rock, then I think we can definitely see that coming on Cassidy's first.
Yeah, if you just continue to guard, eventually Team Regan would just have the draw to the side of the button for there too, and I don't think you want to relinquish that too easily. But a good guard made here for now.
It's a good adjustment from Lauren.
Also, as mentioned, we do have our U18 semifinals going on at the same time. All our championship finals will be played at 8 p.m. Eastern tonight. And the U18s who are competing in the Run Back Championship, they're playing for, I believe, if I have it correct, it's brooms, a set of uniforms provided by Run Back either for them this season or next season, and then free entry into the U21 event next year, where they can start hoping to build a legacy that leads towards that trip to Switzerland in the future.
Longer discussion here to try to figure out what to do for Team Dundas.
I think if you're going to make a play, it has to be something a little bit lighter. Just raise this red up to shot stone, frozen on the yellow. Rob, I'm a little bit surprised to see them change the turn here. All those guards that they threw was with the out turn, so I thought they might stick with what they know, but perhaps they saw this something in this path in practice.
Well, Tori, we've been watching this street all week, and if you don't get the right weight, no, they've switched. They looked at it, and if you don't come in with that right broom, you're going to be in trouble because it will hang before it gives up.
I think you just have a little bit more room to work with this out turn where, like you said, if you're a little heavy, your sweepers can still carve it. Your sweepers can drag it if you're a touch light.
Their releases are a bit softer.
Cassidy Dundas looking for the raise.
You can see the sweeper signaling a little bit heavy, but
See, they might call a plan B and play this directly onto the yellow.
That is plan B.
May not be the outcome she wanted, but there are positives to it as she's messed with that angle where the yellow was going to jam before. So now it is removable with a short run back on her next one. If you're Rebecca Regan, is there a way, Tori, that you can remove that red and stick around somewhere useful? Maybe somewhere in the side 8-foot?
well, that's just it. You want to try and stay within the 8-foot if you can, or the inside edge at the 12 at the maximum. So you need really soft weight if that's what you're wanting to play.
I think you can get the red out either way. The only issue is if you, as we look at the front view, if you hit it on the left-hand side, you're hitting it back towards that other red, and it would likely jam. You could hit it the other way, but with the slight stagger, you need to hit it a little bit thinner, which makes it tougher to hold the shooter. I think if you can push this back into the red, remove that back red and keep your shooter sit first, third, and fourth shot, you put a lot of pressure on Cassidy Dundas to be precise with her last.
Well, throwing a little extra weight, though. This is... They look like they might be trying to double.
Someone close to catching her own.
Jams it on the yellow on the way by, still loses the red. But now looks like maybe the open opportunity just to hit this on the nose. Probably don't even need to make the double. But if it happens to get it on the way by, you're not going to be complaining too much. I think if you just pop this on the nose, Tori, even if it does jam, you're sitting 2, and I don't really see a makeable double back.
No.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I don't think it's gonna go crazy.
Final rock here for the Manitobans, looking to stick around. So she does jam it, but I think that's good enough. As she does sit 2 and a very thin angle between them.
Yeah, I think Rebecca's just got to take her one here in the second and move on.
You have to hit it really thin. Clean. Whoa, curl, 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 hard. Gotta move it.
This one is wide early. Kaylee Smith working hard to try and get it to come up to nose. It's definitely going to roll, and it's going to roll too far, as it is a steal of one for Cassidy Dundas to open scoring in this critical semifinal. We'll be back after this quick commercial break.
Peace of mind, the life you want, and financial independence. At World Financial Group, we believe your path to any of these goals is paved by financial knowledge. That's why our agents spend every day empowering individuals and families of all backgrounds with the knowledge to create the life they want. No matter your financial goals, WFG can help you own your future. Visit worldfinancialgroup.com to learn more.
Yep.
And as we pick up action here at the start of the third, so a miscue there on Team Regan's last, leads to the steal as she just ups the weight, I think, a little bit too much. They can't make it curl back, and she rolls out. And Tori, you were making a good point there that it was possible there was maybe not the best shot selection on Team Regan's first. If we go back and look at it, she chose to try and pick out that top stone and run it back onto the other red. Maybe could have had the option, though, to hit that back red stone instead. You would sit first, third, fourth in that situation. However, then you're forcing Cassidy Dundas to come down, make some sort of tap, make a short run back, and in all likelihood group her own stones and leave a double for them. So maybe something that they could look back on at the start, or sorry, at the end of this game, as we see that first stone coming up, well, light. Did it look like a pick, Rob? I was just, okay. So unfortunate pick there, comes up short of the ring, so they kick it away. But something maybe they can look back on after the game. But this game, let's nobody freak out. It's not over yet. There's still plenty of game to play. 6 ends remaining. And I'll remind you that Team Regan found themselves in an early deficit because of a steal in their quarterfinal as well. It was a steal of 2 that they gave up against the Swiss women, and they were able to rattle back to a 7-3 victory. So nobody should be resting on their laurels yet, as I think we'll still be in for a fantastic game the rest of the way.
So you can see Regan wanting to go a little bit more aggressive this end by calling that corner guard, with the unfortunate scenario of the pick. It change of gears here.
Nice rock.
Yeah, this is coming in on a beautiful line. Just doesn't have the weight to get there. It's pretty close. Great sweep.
Yeah, maybe comes up just short of that red, about a half stone, but still a fantastic outcome, and Team Dundas will try to match it here, get to the inside if they can.
Line's good. Line's good, room. Got it, curl. Got it, curl. Okay,
This rock just running a hair wider than Ella Kinley's.
hard. Okay, whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay, that's it. 60. Ladder here. I like the peel.
And I like the call here. I mean, against a team, when you have two good teams playing like this, if you don't make all your shots, you're going to be playing from behind the 8 ball. And with that first rock picking, they're essentially playing this entire end a shot down. So you have to be very careful that you don't work yourself into a situation where you're not able to score and at the very least tie the game in this end. By opening it up, will likely afford herself the opportunity. As well with the angle on those 3 stones in the rings, there's no way to remove that yellow, at least by running back the red. And if Cassidy ever decides to pick out the yellow, then you have wide open shots for your last few.
Curl. You gotta go hard. Hard, curl. Hard. 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 Line's good. Line's good. Easy. Easy, curl. Hard. 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 Hard.
Guard made fairly well, but not quite getting the amount of curl that they wanted. So that yellow is available.
Yeah, but there's like this much space.
What do you like?
But I don't think if you're Team Regan, you could get to probably 3/4, maybe 7/8 of the yellow at most. And if you play a tap, the angles aren't going to be favoring you in the ring. So I think they'll continue to peel once again. Olivia McDonough.
Goes away, but the yellow stays to the card.
So we want to keep you updated on all the sheets as we look across the Oshawa Curling Club. Starting over on sheet 1 with that critical semifinal as the Swiss men face off against Radia. It was 2 to start for the Swiss, and they tack on a steal of 1 in the second. So they currently lead 3-0. Reminder, if the Swiss win, then it is the winner of McDougall and Fisher who will be going to Switzerland. We'll jump over to there on sheet 5 as it's back-to-back steals to start the game for Ryan Fisher. So he currently leads 2-0. Over on the other women's semifinal, it was Stepera getting forced in the first, and then Team Furlan getting 2 points in the second. Reminder, if Furlan holds on to the win, then the winner of our semifinal would need to beat them in the final to get to Switzerland. Otherwise, the winner of our semifinal claims it outright. Also in our U18 semifinals on sheet 2, Newport and Bedard are currently tied 1-1. And in the other boys semi and sheet 6, Shiozaki and Genjaga. Genjaga is up 3-0. And on sheet 3, Gallardo currently up 3-0 over Johnston after steal of 1 in the second. And with the final girls semifinal over on sheet 8, Team Perot scores 2 in the first and gets a force. They lead 2-1 after 2.
Giving away.
Throw hack, it should go with my in.
Yellowstone, which is shot top 4. Tap here by Dundas would be a nice benefit.
And they'd love to get to nose if they can. With that slight stagger, if they get to nose, that red that they raise is going to get a little bit of a roll back to the outside, and you'll likely see almost sort of a Christmas tree with those 2 reds and the guard. Job number 1, though, is to make sure this yellow leaves the rings. Maybe a little wide early, but it's curling now. It's going sideways. So ends up not being enough to remove the yellow stone, but I think, did she push it far enough to sit at least 2? Yes, she just did. So excellent result there for Cassidy Dundas, and with all that curl, gets enough to the inside under that red that I think she's protected herself from leaving a double.
So we'll see Olivia McDonough make her way down to listen in on the conversation between Rebecca and Ella.
We draw now, but we missed that. It's pretty bad. Yeah, exactly. Okay, I like it. Can we throw a little weight? Yeah. Like 12 or less? Okay, I like that weight. Like there?
You might even be able to get to nose.
Yeah. 12.5. 12.5. Just try and roll in front of the other one. Like hit the top one. I hit the top one, roll in front.
Rebecca Regan and her first stone here in the third, facing 2.
Close. Close. Yep. Hard. Yep. Hard. Hard.
Definitely looks tighter than Cassidy's rock early.
Whoa. Girl.
But watch that Yellowstone at the back of the 8-foot now. She just pushes it past, so she does sit second and third.
It's a very good shot. With the sweep and
Good
long
sweep.
ball.
Okay, 12-2.
Yeah. Try and roll so we're kind of Christmas treat a little bit.
Here, Cassidy Dundas saying she just wants to hit and roll back to pretty much where that stone was before.
She has the space to roll a little bit farther as well and might not leave the double. So it's like a lot of weight out of her hand.
Clean! Yep!
Now it's starting to curl.
Yep!
Definitely going to get a roll. How far? As she rolls too far and will leave a hit for 2 for Rebecca Regan. She rolls, looks like just about a half rock too far, so really close. Do you like the weight choice there, Tori? As soon as she kicked out, I was a bit surprised at how hard she was throwing it. Sweeper's called 10. I thought something closer to maybe like an 11 would give her a bit more control over the roll.
We've seen time and time on this sheet just that little bit extra weight just preventing the curl on a rock. Now, that being said, that rock did curl, but just finding those 11 seconds in softer weights just a little bit more manageable. So maybe rather than giving yourself negative ice to throw a 10, maybe you can give yourself just that tiny bit more to throw an 11 and bring your sweepers down.
Girl. Hard, Liv. Hard.
Needs to curl, not to jam on their own.
Wide out of the hand.
Go.
She's going to push it back towards that yellow. Is it going to avoid it?
Too yellow?
It looks like they just saved it enough. She does nudge that yellow, but it holds on to score 2. So Rebecca Regan claims the lead here after 3 ends of play. We have a 2-1 game. And when we come back, Team Dundas will have their first hammer of the match.
I can give you the symbol.
Hey, curling fans, I'm standing here in front of Sheet Stew here at the High Park Club, and I just want to let you know that I'm so excited to sponsor the sport of curling, to help curling out. So you can go to stewcurls.com, see all my events, see the Stew Sell series, but you know what? I also sell real estate as well. So you need to buy a house, list a house, condo, rental, business. Look, give me Stu a call.
Thank God. It wasn't me. I was so scared that it was actually me who did that.
And welcome back as we pick up play here in the fourth. Cassidy Dundas had the opportunity to get the force, but rolls just a hair too far, and Rebecca Regan makes the hit 4-2. So currently a 2-1 lead for the team out of the Mayflower Curling Club.
Wheelies, Rock.
Lead stones for Rebecca Regan come from Ella Kinley, as this one settles in nicely about halfway to the rings.
That was slow. Holy. What was it? Yeah. Yeah, I felt like I was down there forever. I did not like that.
Still room. Be back 8 at least. Yep.
I'll try to update you on every sheet, every couple ends or so, but if something critical does happen, we'll let you know as soon as we can. And as I look over at the other women's semifinal, just going up on the board is a steal of 3 for Team Furlan. So the Americans, currently undefeated up to this point, find themselves on the wrong side of a 4-point deficit after 3 ends of play. And Tori, I can't remember, when you won the trip to Switzerland, did you have to win the final to earn that spot?
No, we didn't. So our semifinal was against a team from Switzerland, and then the other semifinal was an American team versus a Canadian team. So actually, I think you can, if that stream is still up on YouTube somewhere, find a clip of us all watching the American skips last stone.
We're 1.
It was a draw to the 4-foot that she had to make, and
You
we
could
were
just
all,
wrap this way.
oh, we just all start jumping
And
up
if
and
you
down
end
up
up
here. And
cornering, that's okay.
So, I mean, it all worked out for you. So I think you can be honest with us now. While you're out there on the ice, are you looking over at that other semifinal, kind of keeping track of what's going on?
I mean, I wasn't, because I find it's like curling in a provincial championship, and on the sheet right next door is all the trophies and medals and banners that you get to take home with you after the end of your provincial, right? It's, you want to look at it, and they put it there. It's a little distracting. So you can sometimes get baited into it, but I think just remembering to stay focused on your game, because you haven't won yet. Yes, you're thinking about if, but you haven't done the job yet, so it's not done. And I think that's something that both these teams so far have been doing a good job at. I don't think I've really seen any of them looking at the other semi, or vice versa.
I think we'd all love to say we could be so disciplined. I'm not one of those people. I'm sure I'd be peeking over every end when I saw someone walking over to the scoreboard to put something up. But absolutely, the focus needs to be on your own game. None of it matters if you don't win this one here.
I think at that point, too, you just have to go into it with the attitude expecting to play the final.
We're coming down.
It's just a shifted mindset.
Push it hard.
A little bit of a mistake there from Team Regan. Just chipping off that red, moving it a little more undercover and rolling open into the back of the 4-foot.
I mean, thanks for the reminder. Probably needed it for the next one. But then I saw her grabbing a rock. I was like, oh, wait, that doesn't.
And then what do you do if you're Team Regan?
I think you're in a little bit of trouble. You could come down with the out turn, maybe play a tap on your own and try to rearrange the reds. Really depends on exactly where this rock rolls to.
It looked like it fell off a little bit. It looked like it was curling.
I think she was trying to roll away.
Yeah.
Yeah, try to keep them spread out. I understand that.
You got it.
Fortunately, does look like she leaves the double into that red stone in the back of the 4-foot.
Soft release. Curl, hard. You're a little big. Hard, you gotta go. Hard, push it. Hard, you got it.
This one needs to curl, but looks like it's just going to get up to nose.
Whoop. Sorry.
Don't mind trying to roll away one more time. Is there ever a point where you might play the roll under, Tori?
I think now Cassidy's going to try and call it, because you can roll and sit right on the tee line. Before you were rolling and sitting behind the tee line. So
she likes to ignore me down there.
This rock's a couple rocks higher.
Did you say a time?
Yeah, I think it was just big. Like, it looked like a soft release from here. They just don't curl there, like, at all.
How high up are you? Because if it's high enough, they can make like the double, but I'm not sure if it's that high yet. I think like they will go.
All good.
I am not a hair above. Whoa, whoa, oh, clean. Oh, yep, yep. Oh, oh, yep. Hard. Hard. Yes, yes.
Roll inside now, and right on the lid.
Good.
So what do you do if you're Team Regan?
You panic, I think. You got to run this guard back, try to get some of these reds moving.
I don't think, like, that's the only option I
Let's
can.
run back.
Maybe panicking isn't the correct word. Bailing, we'll call it, is the nice way to put it.
So just a big set on that release there from Olivia McDonough, so that rock is gonna just get the straight peel.
This is
Not great.
ideal. This is not ideal at all. Yeah, I'm not a fan of the line that they're in.
Okay. I think she wants to stay on the court. I think like just top 8 if you stay.
I almost love a guard here.
I say when you have hammer, I can see the reluctancy to throw the center guard, but I think in this case you almost have to.
Every time I look at it, there's like little alarm bells going off in my head, but I mean, at some point you'd almost like to hit that yellow roll out to the side 12, but you do it too early and you're giving Team Regan plenty of chances to make some doubles or even a triple.
Top 4. Top 4. Okay, keep
This
going.
one
Keep
falling
going.
a little
Four.
heavy.
Yeah, top 4 is not what you
Straight
want
line.
here.
Just go straight. Go straight. Go straight.
Might want to just go straight, get it around everything if you can.
Hard. Hard. Bring it back. Hard. 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 Okay, that's good.
Even leave a little pocket to jam some reds back there. Maybe not the worst result, but definitely a fair bit off of what they were looking for. Was the call just sort of maybe to bite the rings?
I think so.
At least it's them
Or
making-
corner
I'd
freeze
rather
on the
them
yellow
making
is one of the
Okay.
two.
Is that almost 6 to 8 feet heavy? Olivia McDonough trying to clear some reds. Oh, this one tight out of the hand though. She's
Peels her own out of the way.
unfortunately moves the angles around, so there's some easy doubles, but I don't think there's any chance at a triple anymore.
Right there. Top 8.
No, like 4 to 6 feet less, honestly.
Looks so good, you wonder how you can mess it up, but
We can be top 12.
Cassidy, maybe be a little careful about grouping these stones. Would you ever just throw the free draw out to the 12-foot?
We can probably stay
I mean, I'd be highly surprised if Rebecca Regan is coming down with something
Line's good.
soft, like a touch shot. She's
Pistol
probably
coming
probably throwing it hard, gonna try and blast some reds if she can. So you could draw one out to the rings, and you're probably gonna have a hit to sit 4 afterwards.
Curl. Hard. Hard. Okay, whoa, 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 that's good.
Here by grouping the red stones, you're almost asking for trouble. There's definitely a triple right now on those top 3 reds.
line. Thought it was less.
Yeah.
They also look at the room and the top of the button.
I didn't want to give her an out with just like the draw.
I think it's too soon to play that. I think you got to try and clear
Yeah, for
something
sure.
out.
Otherwise, and if you miss it, then you're in big
Like
trouble.
if it was a 3.
You play the freeze here, you're putting the game on the line. here in the fourth end. You make a triple. Those back two reds are a free double. You give up a 2 and you live to see another day. Big
lean to blasting.
Yeah. But a big shot here as she's going for the freeze. Rebecca Regan without the hammer needs to place this on the button.
During practice, we saw 14-5 was back 4.
I think by now with everything worked in, I'd love to see a 16.
I got 15-6.
Okay, so should have a chance.
Oh, wait, looks close.
Wow, nicely done.
Looks like she just touched that redstone with her broom on the way in. So since it's a stationary rock, I'll just put it back to where they think it was. But I mean, as good as a shot that was, it's still fairly easily removable with a 3-foot run back. Dundas looking for the run back, hit this right on the nose or maybe just slightly high side.
Hit it right on the nose.
You hit this right on the nose, you'll lose one of your reds, but your red will sit right in the pocket there and you still sit 5 all in a row. Dundas with a big shot here in the fourth. Watch this spot, it tends to track. Gets 1, gets 2, and keeps all the reds around. Sitting 6 after her first, but Tori is there and out.
Yeah, you can see Rebecca looking at trying to freeze in a pocket right there, or just kind of come off that red rock on the outside of the 4-foot. Now this is probably the harder of the two sides to throw a rock on, so you just got to be careful if this rock tracks, because you show enough of it, I think you're going to see Team Dundas just trying to pick it.
I'm getting stressed up here, and I'm not even the one that has to throw it.
Relax, my friend.
I'm more looking at this red rock over in the corner, wondering how that got back there. Otherwise, would be stressed about something else. 6 of the 7 stones played so far by Cassidy Dundas in the rings, and the game on the line here in the fourth for Rebecca Regan. This one wide early.
This might be wide open.
Olivia McDonough doing her best to try and get this to curl, but it looks heavy as well.
Roll at the outside. Oh my goodness.
Oh no, and that rolls. It is Cassidy Dundas currently sitting 5 and the chance for 7 here in the fourth end of this semifinal. Nobody had this on their bingo card coming into this one.
Not at all. And you just have to go back to opting for that freeze as opposed to clearing up the mess and blasting.
Yeah. She had the chance. Now, don't get me wrong, still would have required 2 very good shots by Rebecca Regan, but had the chance to blast and maybe escape from a deuce. Remember, back to that opening we mentioned, these two teams played in the quarterfinal of the Canadian Juniors last year. There it was Regan with the 8-5 victory. Cassidy Dundas looking for revenge, needs this to curl for 7. And will it hold on? It will not as it spins out, but still, it's a big 6 up on the board for Cassidy Dundas here in the 4th end of the Canadian Junior Cup semi-final. Chalk it up as a 7-2 lead now for the team out of the Heather Curling Club. I think we need to take a break and digest what we just saw. We'll be right back after this.
Hey, Stu Sells Teams followers. I'm at my brand new listing here at 6C Indian Grove, and I'm so blown away I have fallen over. And I can't take my eyes off this gorgeous, original, molded ceiling that is absolutely stunning. We are bringing this 1911 Grand Estate to market, and it is going to blow your mind. Let me get up and show you what I'm talking about. Look at this woodwork. When they did the renos, they actually took all this wood down, they sent it to Montreal, had it professionally refinished and stained, and they reinstalled it. Like, it is absolutely breathtaking. The pocket doors, the lead glass French doors, it's so unique, this home. It is a grand old estate. The top 3rd floor is a beautiful prime retreat with big closets, its own bathroom, soaker tub, walk out to a balcony. You go to the 2nd floor, 3 large bedrooms, wraparound office, floor to ceiling windows, gorgeous view. And then this is like entertaining central. Actually, the Oscar-winning film JFK was filmed in this living room. It's had multiple movies, commercials, and then the dining room is so grand, and the parlor, and oh my God, there's so much to tell you about this amazing home. You gotta come and see it. And you know the extra bonus? Corner lot, laneway housing potential, single car garage, and a full separate legal 1-bedroom apartment in the basement you can rent out. So look, we're right in the heart of Ronse's High Park. You can walk to the park, it's just down the road. Great shops, great cafes. It's such a beautiful, stately home that you have to come look at it. So go to StuSells.ca, see all the photos, the videos, the virtual tour, and give me Stu a call for a personal tour.
We need some extra cinnamon rolls. No, we're like zooming.
And we pick up play here as we start the back half of this game. And still, it's tough to believe it, but a 6-ender chance for 7 in that last. But Cassidy Dundas rolls out with her final stone, puts 6 on the board. It's currently a 7-2 lead. And Rob, we were listening in during that 4th end break as the coaches came out, and we could hear Heather Smith, the
15.
legendary player from Nova Scotia, giving her team of Rebecca Regan the full pep talk. And I mean, if there's anybody you'd want in your corner right now, it's probably her. She's played in so many big games, Olympic trials bronze medalist, Scotties medalist, and anybody who's played in that many big games has probably played in just as many games like this one with big mistakes. So I'm sure she knows exactly what the team wants to hear and what they need to do to, you know, claw back in this one.
You can go multiple score and then steal, narrow the gap, and all of a sudden makes it interesting.
17-4.
We've seen that in some of our earlier games over a 5-point spread and bring it back within 1. So
Take 2. All of a sudden, if you can sneak a steal of 2 in there, we have a game again. I mean, the one thing we always say in these kinds of situations, Tori, is you can't try to get it all back at once. Now, that being said, you're probably going to have to find a way to get a 3 at some point in the back half of this one. So you're going to have to play aggressive, but stay smart with it. Make a couple good freezes, maybe delicate little hit and roll here and there, and I think you'll have an opportunity at a multiple score at the very least.
Good. Line's good. All you, line's good. Yep. Good.
Is that like a 3? Okay.
Well, I just got the call from my producers behind me that they have something to show me.
You're nervous?
I can't imagine what it would be. I've heard they've been searching through the archives. Oh my. There we
Look at that
go.
Clean shaven
Yeah.
young man.
I had a lot more hair on top of my head and maybe a little bit less on the beard, but yeah, 9 and 10 years ago today, I won this event back-to-back years with two fantastic teams. Now, at that point, it was unfortunate that trip to Switzerland was on a bit of a hiatus. There was about a decade there where it was no longer an option, but a lot more hair and probably a lot more confidence back then, too. But yeah, I had the incredible opportunity to play with two fantastic teams, work under some great coaches. That's Doug Key, Jason Cam, Curtis Easter on the left, and Richard Hart's two sons, Joey and David, along with Jeff Wanless and our coach at the time, Ray Bushfield, on the right. Also had the opportunity to have Rich coach us a couple times. So
Those are great squads.
yeah, learned from some incredible people, played at the Canadian Juniors in both those years, lost the final with the Hearts that year in 2016. So thanks for finding that one, Jacqueline. Sure everyone appreciates seeing that.
I had to go to the
Seeing
cloud to
baby
get
Matt.
that. Right? Yeah.
Yeah, probably a Facebook memory or something. But yeah, it was unfortunate at the time. I mean, obviously, I remember, and I'm very proud of many of the victories that I had when I was younger, and still having with my own team today. But unfortunate that back then that Swiss trip wasn't on the docket for the winner. But I'm really excited. I'll be acting as one of the chaperones. One of the two chaperones who will travel with the winning teams from here to Switzerland. So maybe about 10 years late, but I'm finally going to get that opportunity to travel. Myself and Jacqueline are going to act as the liaisons, chaperones, who go from the event staff to Switzerland with the two teams. So going to be incredibly exciting opportunity for myself, and I'm sure for whoever wins the event as well.
Or do you really stand this way?
Yeah, it's an experience you really have, you know, that you have forever. Make some new friends, see a new part of the world. And you get to play in an event, too, on a different surface, representing the country, too.
And if there's one thing I've learned about curling, especially getting the opportunity to play in a world championship back in 2019, is that when you play in an event like that, you really do make friends with every person that you play with, whether it's just adding them on Facebook, and it's the same people you're going to run into in the future. So if the people who do go on this event or win this event and go on that trip to Switzerland, they're going to meet so many new people, and if in the future they ever get extremely lucky to maybe play in a world championship or play in an international event, I almost guarantee you they're going to see someone from that specific event probably playing for Switzerland at the same time.
Well, it's such a wonderful community that way. Because of the way that the game is played, you make those friendships, and you see them time and time again.
And just jumping back to our feature sheet, that was a very unfortunate result there for Erin Zerfus, running that guard back into her own stones. Tori, sorry, I was reminiscing. Did that look like a pick, or do you think she just got a little easy with it out of her hand?
It's hard to tell. They called yes right out of the hand, but then it did take a really sharp jump to the the side. So opportunity for Team Regan to throw a guard and keep those two rocks protected for a little while longer. It's a little too early to chase those redstones in the house, so need to make sure that they make a good one here.
So good guard there, forces the peel from Cassidy Dundas. I guess the one positive still here is that you are still sitting 2. So at some point, Rebecca Regan will probably have to come down and do something about that, and then it'll be a very makeable double. This one curling early too, though. Oh no, where is this going? And got pretty fortunate there. Double ticks the yellows, takes them both out. That yellow does spin over, remove her own redstone, but clears out 2 of the yellows. So maybe just getting a little bit tight there. Yeah. We have seen that intern off the line curl a little bit more than the rest of the sheet. So we've seen a lot with a lot of the teams. They play on that straight side so much. They almost tailor their deliveries to be a little bit softer out of the hand, to not have that big set. And then all of a sudden they go to the spot where, oh, this spot actually curls a little bit more, but unfortunately they just throw it the same and it starts to get away from them.
Use the guards. Hide the stone.
Nice shot by Olivia McDonough to get around that guard.
Yeah. Nice shot. 15 forward. How is the what's the new one? I don't know the exact.
Clean! Clean! Yep! Yep! Hard! Hard!
Aaron Zerfus on the sweep.
Hard! 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 Okay.
She's not able to hold that stone on the nose, does roll into her own, pushes it off to the side a little bit. Still sitting 2 though, and Rebecca Regan's going to ignore them. It is a very makeable double on the Reds at the moment. So if you make this draw around the corner, well, it's decision time for Team Dundas. Either you take on the run back, or you have to find a place to draw in there to sit your 3. Olivia McDonough here with her final stone at the end.
This rock just not coming off the center line as good as her first one.
Kept waiting for it to step, but
Looks like it might get buried.
And we'll do some quick line score watching here, starting with sheet 1. Team Moors, the Swiss men, currently holding on to a 5-1 lead over Radia. Reminder, if the Swiss win, then it's the winner of McDougall and Fisher who will go to Switzerland. And this game has been all Ryan Fisher so far. 4 consecutive steals, which includes a steal of 2. They have a 5-0 lead. And I've been peeking over there, Tori, and you can see the frustration on Evan McDougall in that game. They're going to have to keep it composed and bring things back if they want that chance to move on. Looking at the women's, of course, we know with our feature the 7-2 lead for Cassidy Dundas, but looking at the other semifinal, Team Stapera bounces back with a deuce of their own. So Furlan currently leading 5-3 with the hammer.
That's what I was giving. Maybe.
Going to our U18 matchup, starting with the boys. The number 1 seed Team Newport is in a little bit of trouble with Logan Bedard, as Logan Bedard with consecutive steals pulls out to a 3-1 lead after 4 ends of play. Newport with the hammer. In the other boys semifinal, it's a bit of a closer one. Team Gonzaga currently leading 3-2 with the hammer, and our U18 girls. It is the number 1 seed Team Perot, who is currently leading by one and has the hammer in the 5th end against Team Gary. And Team Gallardo has been putting on a masterclass in their semifinal. Take 2, steal 1, steal 2, steal 3 for currently an 8-0 lead after 4 ends of play. So decision here for Cassidy Dundas looks to be to guard the shot stone.
I think so, yes. Based off where her broom is.
Yeah.
Little bit more. Yep.
Well, she made it very well. It looks like it is fully guarding that shot stone. Bit of an aggressive play to leave those yellows alone, but all credit to her, makes the shot.
With the line perfectly.
And I have to see Rebecca play the run double probably here. Timeout being called.
So for Team Regan, they will get their coach out once again. Heather Smith will come out and discuss. And Tori, I think you have to make some play on the shot, Red. I think you can get there to the nose with the intern with maybe a just through weight. Or would you rather see the out turn and maybe hit and roll off the red behind the corner?
Looks like there's a little more room on the out turn side, doesn't it, Tor?
Heather's just going. Hey, Heather. Hey. What are you thinking? Yeah. That is, yeah. On the nose. Yeah, especially on this center line side right here, they just go.
So you could hear there from the team and their conversation with Heather. Heather liking the run double as well. That's what Rebecca did first motion.
What? Like just high, yeah.
Mine's good. Mine's really good.
Just high up nose. Yeah, you got it.
Playing this shot, and Cassidy Dundas is going to have to make a decision.
Even like nose is close with the out turn, like go for nose.
So going for the run back, trying to, I guess you can make the triple if you hit it in the perfect spot.
Hit that stone shade too high. Does roll to a corner guard. But I think we're just going to see Cassidy just throw that guard back up.
That's okay. I know, that's why I saw it, like you got it back and I was like,
I definitely should have swapped it over a little bit more.
Yeah, and if she makes this guard really well, it's going to be a difficult chase. I think she'd love to get this on the exact same line, maybe 3 feet closer to the rings. And you'd maybe see Rebecca Regan be forced to play some sort of an angle run back into the forefoot.
Look at her more. You're gonna have to curl that wider. Hard. Hard. Hard, Tessa.
trying to curl it early. Cassidy thought she got a little wider.
Getting it to move. Need to get it to the line.
I think that double is still there.
I think it is, yeah. Covers maybe a third of that redstone in the rings, but Rebecca only needs to get to just off the high side of nose in order to make the double and score 3.
Do you think 10 will
And
stay?
she doesn't need to throw a bomb at this either. Like, I think 10 seconds is probably more than enough to make this
You're
shot.
you're hitting a little high.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Should come up a little bit.
Yeah, it really should. You got it.
Yeah. You got it, Becca. You can hold it.
Tee shot now after that disastrous last end.
Curl, curl, curl. Hard, like, whoa, straight. Straight, hard. Whoa.
Got by.
You gotta go.
Oh,
Didn't move it enough.
over curled. I wasn't sure that was possible to do, but they called for the curl and unfortunately just overdid it and lost the line. Does stick around for her single, but leaves 2 big points off the board. It's a single point for Rebecca Regan, who currently is down in a 7-3 deficit.
I've stood at the pinnacle of curling and battled in the most intense games.
Out on the ice, there's no room for compromise.
And when the pressure's on, every millimeter counts.
It's not just a game.
It's about maximizing performance.
Pushing limits.
Seizing victory.
When victory hangs in the balance,
I know what I'm relying on.
it's a gold line.
It's a gold line.
It's a gold line.
And it's the choice of champions.
And as we pick up action here, it is Ella Kinley delivering the first stone of the 6th end. And, oh boy, Tori, it's just been nothing short of just a disastrous last 2 ends for Rebecca Regan. Had the chance there to score 3 back after giving up the 6, and unfortunately they just misplayed the line, and I mean, there's no real easy way to put it. It sucks. I've been there before where just nothing seems to be going your way. And it can be really easy to say, well, we just have to keep calm, keep grinding it out. But unfortunately, they're just running out of time here with this one. With only 3 ends left to play. They're down 4 without the hammer. They're going to have to go all out in this end for a multiple steal.
Yeah, for sure. And if you're Team Dundas, so your job is to try and keep it open this end. You know you have the game in the palm of your hand, so it's just figuring out a way to make sure you at least have a shot for your one, because I would imagine if we see a score by Team Dundas, that would be handshakes.
This is where the strategy becomes the real easy part of the game, and it all comes down to execution.
Line's good. Whoa.
Get the double centers.
think those are about as good as you can make them. Splitting center, both of them, and about, what, 10 feet apart?
It's about as far apart as they could be.
I think we can get around that.
Line's good. Line's good. Make sure you're back. Yep. Yep.
I think that you should do rooms now. I think you
Back
show them
hard.
all.
Line's really good. Back in hard. 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 Hard.
Well, you couldn't draw up a better start for either team. 4 perfectly made shots. Maybe would have liked that red top 8 to be a hair deeper, but no complaints either way, I'm sure. And now things get easy. As Kaylee Smith being asked to draw around, and I'm sure we'll see Cassidy Dundas walk up and start peeling the guards.
Yep. Top 8, top 12.
Super's really wanting
3.
to work on this one.
I'm just not quite having the weight. That being off to the side, there is the opportunity to take on a double or maybe even try to get all 3 of the yellows moving.
No, that's fine. Good.
Looks like she's going to start with the tight guards, though. And I think this is pretty smart. More often than not, it's the tighter guards that are always going to be the more problematic ones. So if you get the opportunity to remove them instead of the really high one, that's usually a good idea. Okay, now she's changing it up.
Okay.
Either one's fine. As long as the yellow starts moving after you throw, probably a good sign.
It's a pointless guard. I don't know why we put it.
No, it does so much because they have to feel it.
I know, but I just wanted to say that.
Rock really riding the center line.
It's really curling too.
Jam.
Jams on the side, does spin back far enough towards the back 12, so it is still red, sitting 1.
Yeah. All right, you got it. 4-2, 4-1. Further out.
Elegantly really trying to work this in.
Really good speed. 15-2.
Able to get there for a shot.
Really good
Yeah, I think this is the rock you have to peel.
Yep.
Maybe a second peel that's a little bit tight out of the hand.
We'll
And
get a little fortunate.
Look at that. Talk about lucky.
So a couple tight peels end up working out really well. as everything is cleared out of the way. And I hate to say it because the ice is running a little bit straighter, but that high guard just looks to almost not even be in play. Anything around there you should be able to chase.
Olivia McDonough-Stone just slipping into the 12-foot. So we're going to see Cassie walk up and peel that really high center guard just to make sure the front is wide open.
All right.
Like a 2?
You got it. That's good.
16-8.
Good call.
So
Yeah.
another chance here for Lauren Evison to get some yellows moving.
Yeah, I like it. For sure.
Play the single peel though, you're probably pretty happy.
I think we got it.
So at this point, I think this one is a little bit tight too. Might get a couple yellows moving. Gets 2 of them, but sticks around. So maybe getting a little too cute with some of those peels. I think if you're Team Dundas, you're just happy to keep making single peels over and over and over again. Eventually, sure, Rebecca Regan might be able to sit 3 in this situation, but all you'd have to do is draw the 8-foot, and at worst, you're giving up a steal of 1. But if you could ever find a way to score here, would likely end the game.
Gotta be top 4. Kaylee's rock. Kaylee's rock. Kaylee's rock. Always gotta curl. Gotta move. Hard, keep going. Hard curl.
Rock now starting to
Hard.
finally curl. Mine looks
Hard,
pretty
keep
good if
going.
it has the weight to get there.
Hard right up. Hard right up. Keep going. Keep going. Hard. That's good. 16-1.
Okay.
Cassidy Dundas shifting gears here instead of opening up that front, just deciding now to try and beat Rebecca Regan to the 4-foot.
Okay.
What do you think of this, Matt?
I mean, you're going to have to do it at some point, right? And by playing this draw now, you do have the backing still at the 8-foot, at the back of the 8-foot, excuse me. If you happen to be a little heavy and draw to that right now, you're at least cutting out the other 3 yellow stones. I don't really mind this. You'd imagine she should be able to hit the 8-foot.
Can't be deep. Whoa.
And so that does slip just a little bit deep. I think it's maybe not in the best spot. Not for the reason that you might think, though. Of course, slipping a little bit deep, you immediately think Rebecca Regan may come down to freeze. But with the scoreboard the way it is, they need to find a way to get more than one, I think. So it's either the chase with the in-turn, try to hit and roll out into the open, or you ankle run that yellow in the top 12 and try to sit 3 buried behind the center guard. Either one's fine. It looks like she's going to play the chase, probably rolls out, not out of the rings, but out towards behind her yellow guard, yellow rock in the top 12 over on the side, and then it'll be another draw to the 8-foot for Cassidy Dundas. And that's one of the nice things about playing the draw there as well, Tori, is you basically get a practice shot. You know you're going to have to draw the 8-foot on your last. She now has the feel for the weight. She knows how much it's going to curl, and she has that much of a better chance to make it on her last. But first, Rebecca Regan needs to put the pressure on here. A chance to sit 4.
Hard lift. Hard. Whoa. Off. Whoa, straight. Hard, you gotta roll it. Hard, you gotta roll it. Hard, as far as it goes, keep them.
And we'll sit 3.
Pushes it far enough to sit 3. Not able to bring that top yellow into play, but the same draw now for Cassidy Dundas. She has backing. I believe if she plays to that back yellow stone, she'll be shot.
Yeah, I didn't want to leave her the wide open hit.
Yeah, no, good call.
I totally missed the time. I did not stop that.
Probably a bit down.
Yeah, 13-5. I mean, it really, like, sprung off.
Yeah.
But I feel like we're 3. For sure. Yeah. Are you throwing 8-7?
So final stone here for Cassidy Dundas. Needs the 8-foot.
Living for the sweepers.
And the sweepers.
Managed. Look at this.
Lovely. Right down to the button for her single point to take an 8-3 lead after 6 ends of play this game. All still going for the team from the Heather Curling Club. And you can see it on their faces. It's all smiles so far. We're going to take a quick commercial break, and we'll be back for the 7th.
I've stood at the pinnacle of curling and battled in the most intense games.
Out on the ice, there's no room for compromise.
And when the pressure's on, every millimeter counts.
It's not just a game.
It's about maximizing performance.
Pushing limits.
Seizing victory.
When victory hangs in the balance,
I know what I'm relying on.
it's a gold line.
It's a gold line.
It's a gold line.
And it's the choice of champions.
Peace of mind, the life you want, and financial independence. At World Financial Group, we believe your path to any of these goals is paved by financial knowledge. That's why our agents spend every day empowering individuals and families of all backgrounds with the knowledge to create the life they want. No matter your financial goals, WFG can help you own your future. Visit worldfinancialgroup.com to learn more.
And we pick up play here once again at the start of the 7th. It currently is an 8-3 lead for Cassidy Dundas in this one after a fantastic draw right to the button on her last. first rock goes into the top 4. Now we see the corner guard.
Curl. Want to be tight, live, drop. Hard for
Hard
tight.
curl.
Hard live right over. Hard, you got it. All the way. 18-2.
Yeah.
Good sweep.
I think I was actively placing it in here. Close straight. Yep.
So we're talking in the break, Rob, of what is the path to victory here if you are the Regan team, and I think we narrowed it down. You have to crack a 3 here and go for a steal of 2 in the last. It's asking a lot. It's asking a lot on any day, but and we've talked about, you know, the sort of a couple not so great shots from the Regan side, but we can't dismiss some fantastic play by the Dundas team as well. And when you're playing a team that's playing that well, you're just asking for that much more.
They stayed calm, and when they had the opportunities, they took it. And when Regan made the error, wasn't able to get the freeze in, it just opened it up for the Dundas team, and they took their advantage. Chip for one light rock, a little roll off, and it changes.
Do you like hitting the center like just high? Oh, that.
And I think we can just sort of chalk up the story of the game back to that one call.
Like, do we ever like hit the
I mean, they were in a
center
tough
back with,
situation, so I'm sure you could look at a couple
11
shots
12?
before that, but
Just with,
he was
like,
sort of hanging by a thread until that one
with,
call
like 11 and
by
just-
Rebecca Regan to try that freeze. Made it good,
yeah.
but just couldn't make it good enough and left a big opportunity for Cassidy Dundas that she cashed in.
Yeah, like you
I
should
think besides
probably,
that one end, even all things considered, Team Regan
like we're
isn't
just
playing
rolling a
terribly.
pair.
Oh.
Like
And
just
just,
that one
we should
end
be
to
sitting in
have,
front of something.
you know, a chance for 7. It's more than just the skip that missed as well. That was just a poor end by the team and just a team brain fart in that sense. Not to go, hey, they have 5 rocks of their own in the rings. Do you think maybe we should take some of them out?
Hard, you gotta go.
And that's one of those lessons that you have to learn the hard way. I'm almost willing to bet they won't ever play an end like that again.
And unfortunately misses the run back there for Regan.
Yeah. Or you do this.
I think that's the right. I
Sure.
think
Yeah, I like that.
see yellow, hit yellow.
Just 9?
Looks like they
Or do you
want to
wanna just
stick
send
around
something
with
else?
it, but in my mind, just throw it hard, make yellows go, and lose the shooter on every shot.
Craig's gonna tell us to peel.
Can I have air more? I'd rather roll out this first. No, curl it! Curl it! Curl hard!
one needs to curl early as she got a little wide. And this is going to sail right by, likely take out her own in the rings as well.
Which I know, maybe not feeling ideal to take out your own in the rings, but that rock is only ever going to help Team Regan.
At the end of the day, any rocks in play are Team Regan's friend, so definitely not the outcome she would have liked.
Which way?
We've seen those peels, few misses so far in these last two ends, and you can feel it. I mean, just I've been there when you seem to have a hold of the game. You just get that little bit of tension. You're just trying to throw everything a little bit more smoothly, and some rocks can sometimes get away from you rather than just feeling relaxed and doing what you do almost every day of your life. Kaylee Smith looking for the double. She will jam the one red stone, but rolls behind the corner.
11-1.
Good sweep.
So Team Regan starting to set something up here in the 7th.
What was it?
11-1.
Okay. What to do next? What to do next? Yeah. I guess that makes sense. Might leave them the whatever that is.
Yep. Yep. Hard. Hard. Hey, whoa, whoa. Roll it, roll it, roll it, roll it.
Now an opportunity to hide on the other side. And yellow guard.
Say top 12? Okay. I guess to make it even? Yeah. You got it.
Top 8. Top 8.
Sweepers working on this one. Looks like it's going to get by the guard, so just trying to make sure they carry it deep enough. And it'll get to the rings, just short of biting the 8 foot.
There's something on it. Good sweep.
Get in there. I kind of like the other turn.
Lauren Evison, a second-year kinesiology student at the University of Manitoba.
Perfect. Do you want a fist bump?
Getting late enough in the end. I don't mind trying to deal with any yellow stones you see in the rings.
No, 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 no.
This one wide out of the hand again.
Hard. Hard. Hard, hard, hard,
It's
hard.
gonna catch a piece and stuff on their red stone, but enough to remove the yellow.
Sorry, Matt, I'm just looking over at sheet 5 right now, and Ryan Fisher currently has a draw 2 live 4. This is his last stone.
It's a draw
with the
4-4.
hammer.
Yeah.
And I'm assuming handshakes after this end regardless.
Sweepers are working it. Need a piece of the 8 foot. And it's going to be more than enough as they walk it in and put up a big 4 points on the board. And you can see the handshakes coming out. Ryan Fisher defeats Evan McDougall in his semifinal final score of 9-1. And now Ryan Fisher will come off the ice and all their eyes will turn towards that other men's semifinal over on sheet 1 as the Swiss face off against Radia. Reminder, if the Swiss men defeat Team Radia, then Ryan Fisher will automatically, as the final Canadian team standing, earn that trip to Switzerland to represent Canada. And just looking over at the score right now, after 2 in the 6th for Team Radia, the Swiss currently hold a 6-3 lead with the hammer, so it's looking very good so far for Ryan Fisher. And we turn our attention back towards our feature sheet as Cassidy Dundas is about to throw her first stone of this 7th end. And
saw a great draw away from her the last end. If you can get this just on the face of the yellow.
I would imagine this is a chance to lock the game up here if you make a good one. Sweeper's working it. Would love to sit 2 if she can, and looks like they've brought it far enough. Currently sitting 2 red in the forefoot, and all that's left may be a thin double for Rebecca Regan to try and bring her 3 into play. Looks like if you hit about a quarter stone, or is she maybe just looking at a hit and roll, Tori?
I think you have to look at the double.
I would think so. You make the double, you sit 3, and you force Cassidy Dundas to come up with a double of her own.
But I think if it's
hit and roll is tempting. You know, it puts a little bit more pressure on Cassidy.
So first stone here for Rebecca Regan.
Hard, Kaylee.
Trying to get this to curl. She will get 1 stone, roll onto the other. And looks like she's sitting 2 at the moment. And ladies and gentlemen, we can officially say, as we look over at sheet 1, the Swiss men scoring 2 in the 7th, and handshakes come out. So it is official. Our men's final is set. It'll be the number 2 seed, the team from Morges, the Swiss men, facing off against the number 10 seed, Ryan Fisher. And Ryan Fisher has officially locked up that trip to Switzerland. So congratulations to Ryan and his team. And what can you say, after starting 1 and 2 in the round robin, have worked their way over all the way back to earn their spot in the final and earn that trip to Switzerland. That is fantastic, and I'm sure we'll be looking to get an interview with Ryan at some point that we may feature either later in this draw or before the final. But Tori, tell us what that feeling's like. You had the same situation coming off early, watching another game. I know the game you had to watch was a little bit more stressful than maybe they did with the Swiss men, but tell us what that feels like.
Well, I can guarantee you they went into a big group hug downstairs. I think that would be anybody's first reaction to realizing that you won a free trip to Switzerland to curl. I mean,
Well, a high five.
and especially Team Fisher, because they are a U18 team. Like, they played up in the U20 division, and you have to admire their tenacity. You know, not starting the event great and just rattling off higher seed after higher seed, beating number 1 team Tyler McTavish 7-0 or this afternoon.
Something around there, yeah.
Something around that. It was 7-0 going into the 7th end. So, I mean, I'm sure they're just absolutely ecstatic and going bananas downstairs right now.
So 1 and 2 in the round robin. They beat Matthew Lanoy of the United States 8-5 in their playing game. Tyler McTavish, the previously undefeated #1 seed, 7-1 in the quarterfinals, and now a 9-1 win over the 5th seed Evan McDougall. So Ryan Fisher, Alexander Greenwood, Owen Porteous, and Andrew Jackson, congratulations on earning that berth to Switzerland. And back to our feature matchup here, a fairly decent draw for Cassidy Dundas, but is there a chance for 4 here, Tori? Can you get underneath that other yellow? Oh no, but
the way this rock is running down the center
this is
line.
going to be well wide out of the hand, sails by, and it looks like it's just a single point for yellow. They take a quick look at it, and they kick the rocks away. I believe it was 1 yellow, so currently an 8-4 lead for Cassidy Dundas, who will have the hammer in the final end. And we get a brief look at the wide shot here, taking a look at some of the other sheets in play as the teams are just having a quick discussion. We won't quite cut away from them yet for the moment. I'm sure Rebecca Regan deciding whether or not she wants to continue here in this one, and she will not. The gloves come off and handshakes come out. It is a victory for Cassidy Dundas. Final score 8-4 as she will move forward to the final. And now her eyes turn towards the other women's final, where Team Furlan currently holds a 6-4 lead over Team Stapera. Reminder, if Stapera wins that game, it's over, and Cassidy Dundas will receive that trip to Switzerland as the last remaining Canadian team. We're going to take a quick commercial break, but don't go anywhere quite yet. There's still 3 semifinals that remain ongoing.
Peace of mind, the life you want, and financial independence. At World Financial Group, we believe your path to any of these goals is paved by financial knowledge. That's why our agents spend every day empowering individuals and families of all backgrounds with the knowledge to create the life they want. No matter your financial goals, WFG can help you own your future. Visit worldfinancialgroup.com to learn more.
And we come back to play. We're going to be jumping over to sheet 7. That is the other women's final, or semifinal, excuse me. As mentioned, the game between Stapera and Furlan. They have just completed their 7th end of play, and Furlan was able to score a single. So the current score is 7-4 for the team from Ontario, I believe from the Ottawa area, if I am correct, Team Furlan, over their American counterparts. So Team Furlan trying to keep their names in the race for that trip to Switzerland, and currently with a 3-point lead, looking to close out the game as we begin the 8th.
Yeah, from the Huntley Curling Club in Ottawa.
We also had another final as I look over and see an empty sheet over on sheet 3, as Team Gallardo, the number 3 seed on the U18 women's side, was able to defeat the number 7 seed Team Johnston 12-1. So Team Gallardo will advance on to the final, and they will, I'm sorry, I was going to say they will await the winner, but the other semifinal is already completed, and that was Perot's victory over Gary. So the U18 run back women's championship match has been decided. The number 1 seed undefeated Team Perot will face off against the number 3 seed with 1 loss to their name, Team Gallardo. And Picking up once again with this matchup is U21 women's semifinal. Team Stapera composed of the lead, Savannah Cook, second, Ella Wendling, vice, Addison Neal, and the skip, Megan Stapera. Matching up against Team Furlan, lead, Lauren Norman, second, Samantha Wall, vice, Erica Wainwright, and the skip, Katrina Furlan. So we see here Furlan with a 3-point lead, drawing their first stone to the top of the 8-foot. Corner guard goes up by the Americans, and now a great second draw into the rings there for Team Furlan.
The pair of needing rocks in play, tighter corner.
And again, a 3-point lead in the last is not always something that you can just easily run away with. You need to get a good setup here. With those two first rocks in the top of the rings, it's a good place to start. They're both on the center line, well lined up. Sometimes you'll see teams play a couple different options here. Could throw a tight center guard, could throw a draw around, slightly around one of the corners to try and choke off the path for Stapera. Looks like they're also talking about maybe a tick. The decision here to try to tick the corner guard. Ideally, you'd love to hit it pretty thin and almost spin into the rings. Samantha Wall throws the third stones for this team out of the Huntley Curling Club. Looks like it's going to over curl. And that'll push that guard right through the ring, so it'll go back to where it was. And now the 5-rock rule is over. We'll likely see some peels for Team Furlan on their next one. So updating two of the scores that just occurred in the U18 boys semifinals. It was Team Bedard scoring a single against the number 1 seed Team Newport. So Bedard currently holding a 7-4 lead without the hammer going into the last end of play. And in the other U18 boys semifinal that just finished their 7th end, they are tied. The number 3 seed Genjaga and the number 9 seed Shiozaki. So Genjaga will have the hammer in the 8th end of play. And that first draw around the corner for Stapera, slipping just to the back 12. And I was watching some updates. Was there a missed peel by Team Furlan? So seems like there was. Looks like there was a flash. So second opportunity now for Team Stapera to draw around this corner. Guard sweepers working it, but they will just rack and roll. Oh no, in front of those red stones. It's not what you want to see if you're the Americans. So peel on its way. Will make contact with one and the other, push the yellow stone. Oh no, did it push it into the rings and expose those red stones?
Looks like it did.
I'm almost wondering if the Americans, when they moved that guard, was that back yellow stone in the 12-foot exposed? With that yellow stone in front of the red, you'd imagine that that's almost helpful to you if you're Furlan, blocking Team Stapera from making the hits on those reds. If they had the opportunity to hit the open one in the rings.
I feel like it's one of those situations where it looks too good to be true early on in the end. You know, you don't want to peel the guard that's guarding your rocks, but sometimes those are the ones that come back to bite you.
So pushes the yellow into the rings, and now likely not a double opportunity yet, but would love to remove one of these yellow stones, maybe stay on the nose, and start working towards a 3 score. Remember, Team Stapera down by 3 as she will make contact with the second red stone. And not enough to kill either of them. Pushes them both back to the 12-foot. So I think that's a bit of a blunder there for Team Stapera. Really needed to make sure at least one of the red stones left the rings.
They're
Now,
2 and 3.
yeah, the chance to hit this on the nose and sit 3.
Got the back one out.
Oh. So, some sloppy play here from both sides, but perhaps still advantage Team Furlan, sitting second and third shot. And that one that is shot stone is exposed.
Just not enough.
Another missed opportunity there for Team Stapera.
So the chance to remove this yellow stone here, and the chance for 3 is getting quite bleak now. If you're this, I believe this looks to be Skip's first stone, so you only have 2 rocks left to come. with that one stone biting the rings, you need to make everything count. And I think a nose hit might be enough to do it here, Rob.
It should.
If not mathematically, then theoretically.
Can see third Erica double checking the line to make sure it's not going to jam, hitting it on that angle.
A nice controlled weight. She'll push it through, just push it through the rings. And now Team Stepera, currently undefeated up to this point, needs to find a way. That Yellowstone is splittable, just short of the rings. Working to try and make the split here, and they will. So a very good shot. Looks like yellow to sit a single point. But I don't know, Rob. Even if you peel this out, there's just no way the angles work to get all three of those red stones. But peel this yellow stone out, and it's all but over. And a reminder, if Furlan is able to win this game, then the women's final matters. Not that it wouldn't anyways, but in terms of that trip to Switzerland, it would be Team Furlan facing off against Cassidy Dundas for that spot. And she'll hit it a little bit on the inside, catch that back red, and shaking hands, Rob. They do have a shot to come, and I'm not sure if the angles worked for the triple. It's difficult to tell from over here. I'm surprised they wouldn't at least give it a try. Maybe that yellow stone up there isn't in the rings. But anyways, that's it as Team Stepera concedes the game. There are still 2 games on the go. They are the U18 boys final, but we have reached our limit here, so we're going to end the broadcast. You can follow the rest of the line scores at CanadianJuniorCup.ca. And Sheet 6, of course, does have our secondary stream, so you could check out the static stream there, should you so choose. But a reminder of what has been decided. On the men's U21 side, it will be Team Morge Ace and Company, the Swiss, facing off against Team Ryan Fisher, who has locked up that spot to Switzerland. Women's U21 side, Team Furlan will face off against Team Dundas for that women's spot and the championship. And the U18 girls, it will be Team Perot facing off against Team Gallardo. For myself, Tori, Rob, we thank you all for joining with us here for these semifinals. The championships kick off at 8